if you don't mind. Nope.
We got a class of journalism students touring from Milwaukee. I'm giving them a tour.
Yes, take away.
That you go into these areas and normally the biomass is strong and everything, it's not strong anymore. So things are changing. It's the salinity of the water is changing a little bit, the temperature's changing, so the first knee-jerk reaction, everybody, oh, it's overfished. And I think it's the bigger picture than that.
I just wanted to acknowledge we were just joined by Captain Alan Curtis.
Yeah, I scallops. I made my first trip when I was 14, my second when I was 50.
And were you steady on one particular boat for?
I jumped around a lot. I think the longest time I was on a boat for was like 3 years. It was two boats, the Mohawk and the Gatherer. That's when we started making big money. I was making so much money I couldn't leave. Go out 5 days and make like $12,000. How can you quit that?
Yeah.
Yeah. The last trip I made was last summer. I made enough money in 6 days to pay my rent for the year. So.
Oh.
But it's hard for me now. My knees are shot. I got my shoulders. I'm just all busted up. I know I look good, but I'm all busted up.
I'm curious to know what you think of the offshore wind farms and the clean energy initiative, because I know it's pretty controversial.
The regulators, the government, uses the science to make regulations. So one of the concerns is that the placement of the turbines is going to definitely change, if not prevent, some of that science work from happening. And so in the absence of being able to do the science, it is likely that the regulators will be very strict about what they allow people to catch.
I know a lot of people will bitch about it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of people, man. My brother works for a guy. Every time he goes by and sees those cranes, he's swearing up and down. And out in the cushion, they're putting up solar panel things. And every time he goes by there, he's swearing up and down. It's like, why? I don't know.
A lot of these offshore wind developers, they're actually oil and gas companies, or some of them are. So these are like the biggest fortunes in the world, and this is a working class town. So they have money to play with here that hasn't been seen here maybe ever, or maybe like in a century. And so there's a lot of people who end up on the offshore wind payroll. There's a lot of like throwing money at the issue. You can deal with dissent by hiring your critics in some senses.
Yeah. Another thing is it's the permits that are on the boats. That's
big money.
Thing. So you just can't go buy a boat, go out fishing. You have to have a permit.
Or maybe two people who owned a single boat, and now it's
The biggest guy in the fleet was
that way.
Roy Enixon.
I've been a tugboat captain now for almost 35 years. So I really didn't want to travel that much anymore. So I've been doing some local things. And when COVID hit, we decided that we're like, okay, I have a sport fish boat. So there was a part that I looked at and I wanted to buy. And I looked at it and I'm like, well, I think you can do it better than that. So that's how this whole thing kind of morphed. And we started, the reason we're in this building is we started building this boat for a guy, and it's just evolving every day into something different. It starts with the design process. So we have a designer and a naval architect that will design the particular boat. This is almost a giant paper mache. We put the frame underneath, and this is the shape of it. Once that's done, you'll sand, you'll shape, and then you'll put the fiberglass on. So once you get your 2 layers of fiberglass on the bottom and 1 layer on the side, you will start doing the fairing process. So the fairing process is it's chemicals. It's almost like a clay that will harden up, So that's what we're getting here on the final shape. And after this, it'll be primer, top coat, and then we have to flip it and we have to build the top half of it. And label paper.
How you doing?
I have people say, I hate fish, they don't like fish. I always tell them, taste my fish. It's not the same. And that's the thing that I would like to change, is having people's perception about thinking that they don't like fish, but they really never really had real fresh fish. That's the problem.
Pick them up. Margarita. Create a lot of other yeah, it's like a restaurant. The red buoys on your left, that's the left side of the road. And you can see the green buoy way up there, that's the right side. So you're going to aim for like right over here. Bring it way in, we can see like all this, the red dots here, these are targets. So that's how we don't collide. Yeah, I think like most modern gigs are like, I think society, it's kind of broken. This is a system, like fishing's been around forever. It's certainly not a flawed system. Go out, get what you put in and enjoy it. I think the biggest sacrifice being a fishing goes straight back to your schedule. I mean, you are completely, the ocean owns you. When the weather's good, you have to go because you have the opportunity to go make money, and there's certain times where you can't go fishing because the weather's not allowing you to do so. So that is mentally exhausting. I think I take pride in fishing. I enjoy doing it. I mean, I don't think about it too much. I just like being out on the water. I think most people would say that to you, like being out on the water is, it's just a nice place to be.
So my name's Lars. I grew up right down the street and started fishing because you can catch bass right here. This is like actually a place I came as a kid. And so that familiarized me with the lobster scene, and sort of that's what led me into tuna fishing. There's a lot of people who enable their art by making what people want and what will sell, and that's enabling and limiting at the same time. And my approach is less about selling and more about, you know, how do I make the free time to do this? So fishing is what enables that.